Welcome back to the Eagles, everyone. Hopefully not the last episode of the season. A win today in the final game of the season may take us into 8th spot, which would give us European playoff football, a semi-final and final, which will be the next episode. However, we are in a little bit of a bad space. We have made a tactical tweak. We did this live on stream. We've turned the Trequartista into an Enganche, and I'll explain the reasons why. Okay, everybody, let's get into it. Smash a like on today's video. I'm thinking about, once the season's over, doing a season review where we dive into sort of like the data hub, the analytics, player performances, and have a little look about what we need to do for the following season. If that's something you would like to see, put yes please down in the comments. All right, guys, let's get into today's Eagles. So here we are, one game to go. We have got Heerenveen away. A defeat would knock us into the lower half, bottom half of the table, which would annoy me. Since the last episode, when we lost at home to Excelsior, however, we did respond with a 4-3 thriller over Fortuna Sittard. A hard, grafted 1-0 win. The Romans scoring an absolute beauty to give us another 3 points. Look at that, absolute wallop. A 2-0 defeat against Feyenoord. We got battered. 88th, 45 was disappointing in the 88th minute, but they did deserve the win. And then a really poor performance at home against Voldem. We have changed it. I moved this onto my stream save the other night to try and work the tactic a little bit, because I'm using this tactic in the FM playoffs. However, with the current formation that we had in this save, we really struggled. They went down to 10 men after 16 minutes. We scored at 59, they scored at 68, and they had an XG of over 1.5. We had an XG of about 1.9, but at the same time, we should be battering teams. Not battering, but we should be dominating teams like Voldem. Bearing in mind, that point has probably just about kept them up. Okay, that is what's the state of play is. Now, I have been told by someone in the comments that the playoffs will drop down to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Vitesse are away at Feyenoord, and we are away at Heerenveen. So a win for us today, I think, will be enough. Fortuna Sittard are 3 points clear of us. Who are they playing today? They're playing NEC, so they're probably going to get a result there. We needed them to kind of lose by a few and us win by a few to probably beat them on goal difference. So that is the state of play. Tactically, we've changed it up. We did go on in the stream save, we were on positive. We moved the tempo up slightly. However, the main thing that we have done is change the Trequartista to an Enganche. Now, Diego Tardelli is going to do that for us today. I'm a little bit annoyed because he ended up signing a new deal. We didn't have anyone that could play the position or the Trequartista position. So I've had to offer him, I think after 15 games, his contract got automatically renewed. We will try and sell him in the summer because he is one of our high earners. I didn't anticipate him playing more than 15 games. He stayed fit. He's played 17. So hopefully we can get him out the door in the summer. So the Enganche. This is a little clip from my stream save on Saturday night. We've just changed the Trequartista to an Enganche, just to see if we can get him on the ball a little bit more. Because we're just not getting, we're just not getting enough from that Trequartista. He's one of those that was around the £20 million mark. And it's like, shit, that's a lot of money. He's not going to be in my starting 11. I can't really afford a £20 million man to sit on the bench. There is the Enganche. So he's getting into really good positions. My worry was that, like, when that play goes there and it's quick, it just passes him by. And he just stands in these areas here. And I want them areas to be covered by the register, which is him there. Through balls, boys. We're going to get him with 3 balls. He's going to get another assist. He's got another assist. That pass from Koric, man. Oh, he's got 3 assists. He's got 3 assists. So, as you can see, those beautiful little slip passes, I think it will help as well with the Enganche that we can get someone of a, maybe in their twilight years, maybe pace and dribbling is not their number one thing. Now, we have got on a playing instruction of get further forward. Now, he doesn't suit the role as much just because of his player traits. He moves into channels, comes deep to get the ball, knocks the ball past opponent. Doesn't really suit him. However, for today, what I am looking at him, can he play these little passes? What's his technique? He's got good technique, passing 14, vision 15 for a basis. That's okay. Now, as you can see for the stream, all I'm wanting is him to drop into these little spaces in between the midfield and the back line. I am also going to ask him to mark the DM area just so he can help out with the middle and midfield. I'm not necessarily asking him to drop in, but if he could just or really press and tackle. But if he can cut out a passing line, I tell you what, let's just mark tight and tackle harder. be a little bit more aggressive. They're things that we can't really do with the Trequartista. So the Enganche does give you a little bit more. And as I said, if he just cuts out the passing lines, then potentially it will help us maybe in winning the ball back. Then playing a pass, maybe a longer pass, and we could soak it up at the back. We've changed the wide centre-backs as well. Even though I've not seen a noticeable difference in their positioning, we are conceding more goals. So we've gone back to the ball-playing defenders on stop, and we'll just have to deal with those long passes. And with the wide centre-back, I still wasn't getting that drive, that dribble into midfield. They were quite free moving around. They would often back up play, but I didn't want that. The idea was that they will dribble. Fingers crossed we can get some better centre-halves in that may be more comfortable, maybe can play out from the back. He tries to play his way out of trouble and brings the ball out of defence. So I expected his numbers to be better and more than what they are. And as you can see in the data hub, I wanted him up here. So dribbles per 90, I wasn't so much bothered, but he's down in sort of like the middle area, which is a bit disappointing. I would want him a little bit higher. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if some of these, I imagine a lot of these will probably be fullbacks, to be fair. I didn't think about that. Fullback, centre-back. There could be a lot of these that are fullbacks. And unless I'm being mistaken, there's no way of me tracking that against... I thought I could filter in here, but it only does the top 20. So it's something that we can look at for next season. How many dribbles are centre-halves going? I suppose in the grand scheme of things, if we go back to his data hub, he's maybe not doing too bad. There's a centre-half there. Most of these are fullbacks. There's a centre-half there. But he's at PSV. So maybe he's up there in and around what we want. So we will keep an eye on the tracking of the numbers. Definitely an episode that I would like to do. That is the tactics and tweaks that we've made. Let's get into today's game. We've got an injury to Kuipers. So we are going to play Fontan on this left-hand side. Nuba's going to come in as the centre-half on that left-hand side. I was debating as well to go Van der Dungen for the last game, just because Stockers has peed me off. Where is he? Where is the old Stockers? There he is. Obviously, he's better. Not massively better, but he's only scored 8 goals and he's got an XG of 11.07. So you want your striker overperforming, at least by a little bit, and he's underperforming, which has maybe not helped with the amount of goals that we scored. So I'm going to tell you what, we're going to go Adikanye up front, and we'll bring in Burden. Or do we bring in Burden? 3 goals, 4 goals, 3 assists. Where's the other one? Advardsen, 2 goals, 1. Let's go with Burden on that right-hand side. A little bit of pace. Right, here we go, boys. We'll keep an eye on the Feyenoord Vitesse game. I am expecting Feyenoord. The title is up for grabs. Not for Feyenoord, they're way off, but PSV lead Ajax by a point. So we're going to watch the Enganche. We are going to build a little bit. Ooh, they've got Van Hooijdonk. Van Hooijdonk is a player that I would like to see lead the line for us. So we are going to kind of keep our eye on the Enganche. There he is. So we'll click him. We're in extended highlights as well. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's just track his runs now. So we've got that player instruction of just get further forward, which means that hopefully he won't sit in too deep. I don't want him right in against that our register and coming really too deep, because that's what we've got the register in there for. Feyenoord Vitesse still 0-0. Fortuna Sittard a 1-0 up, which we'd expect. Right, Halovic. They've 1-0, they've scored. It might be offside. I don't think it is. It's counting, isn't it? It's counting. Great run from back post to near post there. On the second phase of the... who was that? Simon Olsen. So, I mean, this is a level, like, we've got... Our players are not of that level. And also, I am a little bit worried that the big patch has changed the tactic and it's nerfed it a little bit. I'm hoping that's not the case. We did have a little bit of success with it on Saturday night with my Foggia save. Oh, that's a great pass. Tardelli's in! Tardelli, the Enganche, getting into attacking areas. He does act as like a second striker at times. Williamson, corner. Okay, I'm happy with that. We've made it to half-time. We're just going to make one little tactical tweak. We're just going to put it onto positive. That's it. Not going to increase the tempo or anything. And that's something that we're going to do after doing latter stages of games, I think. I think we've just kind of let the game play, especially when I'm playing in a PvP this week in the playoffs. Thursday night, I'll be streaming that live on YouTube, 7 p.m. So make sure you check that out. Playing in a Path to the Playoffs competition. And I'm drafting tonight, which is Monday, to see if I can get... I'm thinking Bruno Fernandes for the Enganche role. But I want to really see how this does in a PvP. Williamson, we've got hold of the game a little bit now to start the second half. We've made a really good start. Gone all the way back. Amorfa. Keep the ball, buddy. Well done. Romens. Willemsen. Fontan. Strikes. Unlucky. Good start, though. Good play. Good build-up play. Passing through the lines was good. So there's the Enganche. Look, he's done a little bit of pressing. I think the natural thing to expect with the Enganche is that they just roam around and don't do anything defensively, and that's not the case. I think it obviously depends on the player traits and his work rate and his off-the-ball positioning, that sort of thing. So we'll keep our eye on that when we recruit a new Enganche. Remember that Tardelli is not the man we want going forward. We maybe even use that young player that we've got, who's got exceptional vision, passing. We may go with that if we can't find that, a 35-year-old Wayne Rooney would have been nice in that position. That's the sort of player I'm thinking about and making a real sacrifice with the role, just to see if we can get it going. A real playmaker in there. Obviously, and then we do need to recruit a better striker. Striker is where whatever budget we get that's where it's going to be in terms of building for next season. Fontan, we're going to lose Fontan, which is a shame. We're not paying any of his wages. So that's a huge loss. Best technical player at the club. Best star rating player at the club as well. Not paying any of his 10 grand a week wages. He's going back. Won't get him back. We can't afford 10 grand anyway. So that's going to be a massive change. And a massive void that needs filling. Here's Tardelli, look. Dropping off. Getting the ball. Keeping it. Giving it. Hopefully we just wear teams out. Oh, that's a brilliant pass. Burden is in. We should have scored. Is that Noppert? That's Noppert, isn't it? The goalkeeper who's the Dutch number 1. That's good football, though. And I said, the European football, I'm not that... Are we getting a penalty? I don't think it was a penalty. No penalty. And as I said, with the European football as well, we don't really need it just yet. I'd rather have another season, but when it's there, you want to take it. The money that we'd get. I'm pretty sure Eagles have never played in Europe. I'll have to fact check that. Right, we're in here. Burden. Williamson. Woo. I think it was 100 years ago. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure they haven't been in Europe anyway. I said I will fact check that. So we're in no rush. The board was wanting us to fight against relegation. We've done that. And obviously, if you go into Europe, your size of your squad needs to be a lot bigger. And with our budgets being smaller, losing that best player in Fontan. Right, this is good football. Playing better on positive, I think. Fontan. Romans. Oh, it's a brilliant pass. I think it's going to be offside. It was offside. Nope. Corner kick. Good football again. Okay, we're going to make a change. Stockers can come on for Burden. And Adi Kanye can go out wide. Right. I'll go after this highlight. Fontan. Tardelli heads it down. Adi Kanye! What a chance. And he's just basically clipped it into the goalkeeper's hands. Once again, XG 1.09 for us. For them, 0.47. We've played really well in today's game, boys. And we're going to end up finishing mid-table. Because see if we can get a point. A point will get us in top half. They've hit the post. We've cleared. Right, into the last 50. We're going to make some aggressive changes. Just see if we can nick that point. Let's get Willemsen up there as a shadow striker. Keep Romens there as a trequartista. Let's get Dedge on that right-hand side just to change it up a little bit. We'll ask him to hit crosses early as well. Let's open that pitch out. We keep playing though. We keep trying to do all the same things. We're not going to go, let's go stupidly direct and stuff like that. Fontan, Tardelli, Romens. Oh, that's just the execution of the pass. I thought we were going to be in there. He got into a really good area to Willemsen. So there is Tardelli. See, for me, if I was being really picky, I would prefer him to be a little bit more central. So I'm debating whether for next season, obviously we've got 2 there at the moment, which is even more disappointing, but maybe have the striker offset and then the Enganche central. So especially if Adi Kanye is coming in here, maybe move that there, like that, and then the Enganche like that. Maybe. Let's just do that for now. And that would maybe help a little bit more with the passing lines. Because he's there, that Olsen there, their deep line playmaker, has got in between, in the middle of our 2 cams there. And then the playing look. No, that's just fucking too easy. It's so easy, it's untrue, and it's really annoyed me. See, where's he come from? Okay. Just want to watch the movement. So he's here. What's he, like an inverted... So maybe do we ask our wing-backs to come in and mark... I imagine he's playing like as a central, what you would say, an inverted winger, inside forward. But it's just way too easy, isn't it? So a good save in the end. Still 5 or 6 minutes left. Can we nick an equaliser? That equaliser will get us into the top half of the table. And with this squad and with this tactic, I'm very pleased. They've knocked up to 0.97 now. We've not created anything since we went and changed it up. Right, last highlight maybe. We're into over stoppage time. We're in. Stockers. Williamson's there. It's going to be full time. Stockers has done well. Fontan. Romans. Nuba. Then that pass. Oh, that's kind of sums up a little bit of the second half of the season there. Getting into really good areas, looking like we're good, and then we just do that terrible pass. So a lot of work, I think a lot of player recruitment to be done. Justin Bakker is actually one defender that we're going to keep. He has got passing of 15. He has been our libero and has had a decent upturn in form since the tactical change early on in the season. Chances, attacking. We've got players like Adi Kanye, who we'll show you right now. So we've finished 10th in the bottom half of the table. Really disappointing. Vitesse drew, so we wouldn't have got European football even with the European playoffs anyway. Ajax have managed to win. PSV, what have you done? PSV have lost to AZ in the last game of the season. The leading goal scorer is someone called Uldrix, who is Latvian, 6'6", with a jumping reach of 20 and heading of 20. Wow. Let's add him to the shortlist. There's also Leandro Di Matta, who is someone that we are chasing. Fingers crossed. Look at the state of that. 6'1". Contract out with them. He's on loan from, is it Espanyol? Yeah, Espanyol. So fingers crossed. They may want to use him. They may see 19 goals as being good enough for them to get a go for him next season. So what I'm thinking of tactically, let me know down in the comments, is that we rule and do a little bit of that. So we get the Enganche central. Now, Adi Kanye has had a decent season, 11. He's nowhere near at the standard, but I think at the moment he will be our right inside forward. We need an Enganche. We need a central striker. We'll probably need a backup for wing back unless we can get like a deal done. Let's see if we can get a loan done for him. Yeah. They want to give him a go in the first team, which is understandable. But, geez, we need to try and get something in like that next season. He's been 6.94. He's not been amazing, but in terms of technicals and stuff like that, he's really good. Amorpha's come in and done really well. I think it's just a little bit of stuff to get off the bench. Most of these players have not played enough. Lindhorst is okay. We've got a couple that are leaving, a couple that will sell on. We've obviously got Niet de Jong coming in. Can he be the Enganche? Potentially. Potentially. Just get him sitting in that number 10 role while he develops. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of work to be done. As I said, if you would like to see a season review, put yes please down in the comments. Let me know about that Enganche. Do we keep him central? Get him to man-mark that DM? Do we also then get our wing-backs to mark those inside forwards, those wide players, maybe, during games? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you for Season 2. I think episodes this week are going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.